What up, world? It's Eternal Authenticity, broadcasting live, and I'm doing a video now about moving on from screwy people, screwy situations, and screwy scenarios. So, this is just common sense truth, honestly. It's really just goes hand in hand with moving forward. This really goes hand in hand with moving forward from situations that no longer serve us in life, because it's all this incarnation is one in one take. So whenever we say stuck, on stuff that's like gone, then it's like we're living in reverse, and it's not really smart, not really intelligent for our health to stay stuck on something that's not serving us. Now, however, if we are learning from something, if we are having tangible stuff, that valid information that's still serving us, that links from the past, whatever, cool. However, ultimate examples, I'm talking about, like, okay, let's say you had your phone and yesterday you dropped it and you didn't have your phone protector on it and you got cracks on it. Well, guess what? Are you going to keep rerunning that scene in your head of you dropping the phone, coulda, shoulda, woulda? Or are you just going to be like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I dropped my phone. It cracked. You know, I've got to be more careful. I got to be more mindful of what I'm doing. And it's important to have a protector to prevent this from happening. So, boom. I can just go to a store to get it fixed. That's that. Next example. When we're talking about relationships, people who have dipped in and dipped out of our life. For me, how I've moved forward, I'm choosing people that's choosing me. You know what I mean? So, like, whenever a chapter has ended or whatever, and they're no longer wanting to be bothered, nowhere to be found, and I poured it out. You know what I mean? I have to I'm letting go. You know what I mean? I've let go. For my own health's sake, because I'm like, wow, let me be intelligent and wise. For one, I'm worthy and good enough to be in anybody's presence at any given moment, whenever I choose. You know what I mean? So it's their loss for being blind to the magnificence that I'm embodying. That's what you have to realize. That's what I'm always realizing. Next, I'm like, okay, I have a new situation. I have new love. I have new happiness. I have new blessings, new opportunities, you know, working in my favor. And I'm living now. You know what I'm saying? So whoever else is supposed to truly be in my life, y'all know what's up. Y'all know how to gravitate towards me. Y'all know how to find me. Y'all know how to communicate with me, to connect with me, to get in touch with me. So that's something that we have to that is important for us to be mindful of. That's what's been helping me. I'm like, hey, cool. Space, that's cool. We can have space from people. There's some people who we really let go of. However, I am a firm supporter. I'm a powerful supporter of the fact that, for us to have shared any type of moments or whatever that were true, thanks. Thank you. I have a grateful heart, a lightful heart, a light heart. I stayed honest the whole time. I stayed having anybody's best intentions at hand, whether it be intimate with the woman I love or with people outside of that. You know what I mean? And, I have faith and confidence that I am unforgettable. I am unforgettable. I am irreplaceable. That's something I'm always waking up. I am unforgettable and I am irreplaceable. So while people doing their own thing in the Matrix, cool. Whoever is supposed to be in my life will always gravitate back towards me. You know, people who have shown that they want to be left alone, cool. I'm not forcing people to stay in my life because honestly, that is detrimental to our health. And it's much more amazing. It's the most amazing when you just have a flow with people who actually do care, who actually do give a damn about you. You know what I'm saying? Who actually appreciate you, who actually love you. Then your heart is not tangled up. Your heart is not in constant pain and distress of playing hide and seek, of chasing, of searching, of waiting, of begging. You know what I'm saying? So basically, I've learned to embrace the now. You know what I mean? And I'm grateful that throughout the now, especially on this transformation, this transformative journey of becoming plant-based, going on the plant-based awakening journey, I accept myself. I'm glad I poured it all out, vocally, verbally. I'm not letting this matrix trying to take my freedom of speech away. That's why a lot of people are left back in the past, because there's a lot of women out there who think they can control us, who think that they can put a muzzle and on us and put us in a cage and think that they own us like a piece of property, or like we're like a mistreated animal. You know what I'm saying? Even zoos are screwed up. You know what I'm saying? They should be out there in the wild, in the safari. But there's women out there, and all across the board, I'm just sharing personal experience, who have been trying first and foremost to control my own every action, my own every movement and choice. I've had a woman who is dictating me in my own place, the own apartment that I was residing in, that I was leasing, that she was a guest to, trying to tell me what to do, trying to kick me out the kitchen, saying you know what I'm saying? I love cooking. I don't even cook. I love preparing meals. I love preparing plant-based vegan meals. So how would it feel when someone comes as a guest into your place and they're telling you what to do? They're watching fearful programming from the news and they're controlling you. They're pointing the finger and they're trying to tell you what to do. Hey, you can't be in this kitchen with me. Let me handle it. You know what I mean? Over and over again. Or hey, also I've even had a woman, to this day, they still are jealous and envious of who I am. It wasn't real true love, because where are they at? They're scared. They're afraid. They can't even talk at a table like this out in public because they're so ashamed of who they are. They're trying to control my own freedom of speech, our freedom of speech across the board. However, I'm so liberated because guess what? I'm a free sovereign being. You know what I mean? Being free is my birthright. So that's first and foremost. I'm not going to be in a cage. You know what I mean? Second, I'm always able and continuing to speak up with my voice, freedom of speech through these platforms, through YouTube, all these videos, over 1,000 videos, plus through Instagram, through real life, out in public, through social media, through Twitter, through business cards. I'm doing my best across the board, but especially through YouTube and real life, and don't ever let anybody take that freedom of speech away from you, so that's something I've learned. Making peace with that, that's why I don't even have any grudges, because it's like, hey, I'm love, I have love. So any energy that's caging themselves up, that's the funny part. The people who try to control us, they're the ones who end up getting controlled. You know what I mean? Because guess what? They're like isolating themselves, like in a harmful way, in a destructive way, in a sickening way, where they're closing themselves off from the whole world, where they're not getting outside, they're not getting fresh sunlight, they're not, doing anything productive, nothing at all, No type of YouTube pages to see their progression, for them to share something that people can learn from, you know, no type of involvement out here with the children, the youth, the community in a positive, mature, truthful, honest way, no type of, you know, unfinished business, closure, explanations, apologies, catching up, reasoning, none of that. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on this planet. People have turned into this victim stuff where they're like, oh, I hate you. I love you. Then, oh, guess what? You wore that shirt today. So guess what? I hate you. And, I'm blocking you off everything. And, oh, I'm going with someone else now. That type of stuff. I don't know what the hell that is. That ain't love. You know what I mean? That's not love. That's not true love. That's not real love. And that's honestly what's going on a mass level on this planet. So that's why I'm always speaking up about it, because I'm aware of what real true love is and feels like, and I respect it too, because I am able to witness it and see it amongst especially older elder people, and I'm happy for them, genuinely. To see an older couple who's been together for a long time and they're for real, that's inspiring. You know what I mean? That's like symbolic. That's like a lighthouse at sea, So that's what I have to say about that. Making peace with our past. I just keep an open door. I'm not holding any grudges, because at the same time, I've never been perfect. I've had stuff to work on. I've always been sharpening myself like I'm a statue, like I'm polishing myself every day. However, I still have valid points. I still have a valid voice. I'm still someone, so this is where I'm coming with all this stuff. I'm not better than anybody. I'm just speaking up. That's it, to get it off my chest and to allow people to know what's up in the world, to allow other people to accept themselves. And this is how we come together. Power of the people. When everybody's quiet, withholding information that they know truly they need to get off their chest, lying, going along with things, that's how all this chaos happens. But when we just relax, we can just open up, speak to the universe, what's on our heart. That's how we influence the world. That's how other people do the same thing. And that's how we make connections. That's how we solve stuff, where I'm able to help out my family and people are able to help out their own family, because we're bridging the gap, because we're letting go of this separation programs, these illusion mindsets of division, of control, of superior and inferior. That stuff is not cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the gold level. I've always been called golden too. I never fit in nowhere. People always like, oh, what are you? Are you black? Are you white? Who's black? Who's white? Your mom, who's white? Who's black? All my life, I'm like, hey, on the most deepest level, I'm eternal energy. I'm eternally golden energy. That's who I am. I'm beyond the skin color. Because I'm saying this because there's racists out there too, on both sides of the board. People that are supposedly stuck in all this different race wars, treating people poorly, who are supposedly in the same tier as you, So all of this has to be brought to our mindfulness, for us to improve our lifestyle. And that's what I'm doing daily. By speaking, by producing the actions, So all this is simple. And making peace with our past, also, like I said, and like I've learned from my mentors and life in general, the greatest relationship we can have is with ourselves first and foremost. So look, I'm out here alone. I do most of these videos alone. Yes, I do have some collabs, and I have some collabs on the way too. However, I'm a unique vessel, so anybody who's came across my path or whatnot, The true ones are supposed to be rooting me on like cheerleaders, wanting to see each other win, applauding each other, happy for each other, helping each other, So I have no doubts. I'm not having no doubts or fears, about who's genuinely here for me because they're already revealing the true colors. You know what I mean? In plain sight, presently. So that's how I'm able to move forward. I'm like, hey, the more and more I'm establishing myself, evolving, upgrading, growing, guess what? I have this community started. I have this brand started. I have an unforgettable presence, and they're able to find me lost at sea. And especially the real ones in real life, they'll magically find a way to pop up, you know. Especially they should be supporting through these different brands and tools through social media and electronics. So, without a doubt, allow energies to work on their mission, their purpose, and just have faith that what's meant to be with us will always find its way to us. And it's most important for us to be grateful in the here and now. That's how a great life takes place, happens, enjoys a long, fruitful life, is that because 10, 20, 30 years from now, people we have been patient with and vice versa, they will display themselves in different ways, in very consistent ways and helpful ways, because in the present we have treated them with compassion, we have treated them with kindness, we have treated them with love and care. So therefore, whenever they allow us to be free, to have space or whatever, and we're kind of worried, we're like, wow, I miss them. I desire for them to be here. I crave for them to be here, even though they want to go here and there and travel. They don't want to be bothered. Guess what? The true connections will always find its way back on the most deepest, unconditional level. So that's what I'm standing for, honestly. Not forcing stuff. I'm just saying, hey, the moments we shared, the times we shared, all that is so powerful and magnificent. It's an investment. You know what I'm saying? It's energy investments, an energetic investment of time and love. And that's good enough of practice. All of this can be applied throughout life in the long run. And for those of us who have maximized the quality of energy we're giving off in these interactions, in those present moments, guess what? Time and time again, we will be reaping the benefits. These same helpful angels and guides will be popping up back in our life, blessing us because we have honored them in the present. So whenever they fly off to go venture out wherever, they're still with us in spirit. We're still with them in spirit. And they still remember us from those deeds of service, of positivity, of help that we've done. It sticks with them. It gets them to simplify things down, to choose us, in the long run. That, hey, I'm here, excuse me. So that's that. That's a great way, a perspective that I have it as. Again, this is a peaceful page, a peaceful, natural, family-loving page, and that's all I'm allowing to enter into my life. I'm only allowing myself to be the priority. That's it. So anyways, thank you all for watching, listening, learning, helping, supporting. I appreciate you. DM us for any questions at Eternal Authenticity. Follow us on Instagram there. YouTube.com/helpmakeadifference. Book online, www.skyblackwell.com. and have an amazing day. It's Eternal Authenticity broadcasting live. Peace.